Hey guys, Shane from Monkeying Around. I want to take a minute and I want to show you some stuff that I picked up recently. It is a top quilt and an under quilt. They're made by Yukon Outfitters. It's a local company over in Tennessee. They've got some good products. These, I'm going to give you my good and bad about them. So check out this video if you're looking for a inexpensive option for an under quilt or top quilt. So this is the Yukon Outfitters, and this one is the under quilt. It fits down a little bit smaller than the top quilt. A nice little setup. It's not bad. Move my Helinox chair. You got to get you a Helinox chair. Alright, so the Yukon Outfitters underquilt. It's not a bad underquilt. It's pretty nice. They're about 80 bucks online. I'll put a link down in the description below. I really like it. Some things that I don't like about it, most of the stitching on it is single stitch. The insulation is not down, it's synthetic, so you can get it a little bit wet. It's going to be okay. It ain't going to kill it like it would if you got down wet. But this isn't a bad underquilt. Now it's rated down to 40 degrees. The thing that I like about it, I went up to the South Mountain State Park about a month or so ago, and I took this, and that night it got down in the low 30s, upper 20s, low 30s. It was pretty windy, and I put this underquilt, and then I also took, and I have the top quilt by Yukon Outfitters. Now the thing that I like about the top quilt is right here. It's got some Velcro on your foot box, and then it's got a button up top to help keep your foot box closed. I kind of like that, but it's also got a drawstring down here on the bottom. So if you want to open it up and let a little air in, you can. Or if you want to close it up and make it really warm, you can do that as well. So if you're trying to, if you don't really need it but you're using it and you need to try to drop some heat, no problem. You can open it up or cinch it down, either one, and close it up. Not a bad top quilt. It opens up. I like the fact that I've got it zipped off now, but it's got a hood that you can wear over it, and it kind of looks pretty good. Nice? No? Okay. Anyway, but you zip it on, and so you got a hood that'll wrap around you, and then you've got the top quilt. Now I took the top quilt, the under quilt, and then I took another army poncho liner and hung it over my hammock inside. I was actually laying in Adventure Steve from Adventure Outdoors. I was laying in his Dutchware Chameleon is what he's got. And I was laying in that, and I had the underquilt, the top quilt, and then the army poncho liner hanging down over me. And I was warm throughout the night. There was one moment that I got a little bit cold, and the hood had come off my head, so I put the hood back on. We were good to go. If you're looking for a cheaper alternative to a $100-$200 top quilt, bottom and under quilt, check out Yukon Outfitters. They're not bad. They're $80 a piece, so that's kind of I think for single stitching and that kind of fabric and that kind of stuff, I think for the quality of it, the price point's a little bit high, but it's still a fairly good hammock, and you can get out for the price of a high-end top quilt and under quilt. You can get out for half the price with Yukon Outfitters. So you're looking at about 160 bucks for this top quilt and under quilt. They're both rated down to about 40 degrees. Now I had them in the high 20s, low 30s when I was up at South Mountain. We had a little bit of wind whipping, and I stayed warm. I slept toasty and warm all night long. So I was impressed with that, but I would like to have seen some double stitching because I've used it a little bit, not a lot, and I'm curious as to quality, how long the quality is going to last. But if you're looking for a setup at half the price of, you can get a top quilt and an under quilt here for the price that you're going to spend if you go to one of the high-end companies and buy just an under quilt. Yukon Outfitters, check them out. Go get your paddles wet.